professional, physical science professional who ventured into politics. And Mr. Speaker, it's not very easy for people of hardcore science-based professions to actually stick in politics and do well, because the realities of politics quite often conflict with the perception concept in politics. The physical scientists believe that there is clear, white, and black, which is not what it is in politics. Despite that, he was committed to the service of Kenyans, he was committed to his principles, and I interacted with him several times before I even came into politics, and this thing he was called Majimbo, he actually meant that people in all parts of Kenya should get the services regardless of who is in power. And Mr. Speaker, as he was committed to these principles, he also defied what sometimes is very difficult in our circumstances, particularly in Africa, where politics tend to take ethnic lines. And to that extent, he remained a hardcore member, a committed member of the Orange Democratic Party, even when at times it looks illogical that looking at geopolitics, he should still be there. He stayed there, he was steadfast, he held the positions that he held until his demise. So, Mr. Speaker, this is not the usual ordinary politician, but a committed man who believed in his principle at any cost, sometimes even at expense to himself, as you have been told about the milk in Ukraine. I know with this background, that is something he could not accept, whatever the circumstances were. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to eulogize it on behalf of the people of Seme, and on my own behalf, we pass our greatest apologies, our heartfelt condolences to the people who have lost their great leader, Dr. Misoi. And I think we all in the ODM fraternity appreciate how committed he was. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chepkonga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to join the Member of Parliament for Keses in condoling the family for the very unfortunate loss of indeed a person that I would say he was a great man. Dr. Misoi, Mr. Speaker, happened to be a neighbor of his in his constituency. Although I live in Ainabkwe, but I have also a property close to him. I have known him, Mr. Speaker, as a man who stands for what he thinks is right, and he doesn't leave. Whenever I meet him, he would tell me, you people, why don't you do politics in the right way? People who are not firm on something. And that is the reason why, when we left ODM in 2007, Mr. Speaker, after the elections, he continued to remain in ODM himself up to today. He never left.
He's dead now.
Yes, although he's dead. It's true, Mr. Speaker is no longer with us, yes. But his last station was ODM. Yeah, he's still with you in spirit. So, Mr. Speaker, so he is one man who has defied all odds. In fact, he was the only ODM member in that area. It's called Chepkonga, Mr. Speaker. Everybody else inside there, in that village, is a UDM member. He was the only one, and he is an official of ODM. That tells you that this is a man who was very firm in his principles. You know, you don't have to run away from the heat. Just stay there, even if you are the only one. You become the only one arm standing, Mr. Speaker, in a cause in which you believe it is right. So we would like to eulogize, this is a great man who stood for what was right. And we want to convey, on behalf of the people of Ainabkwe, to convey our very sincere condolences to the family of the late Dr. Misoi. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ferdinand.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.